No, you're good.
It's a homicide. Killed him. First off, you are born and raised in Portland, right?
Oh, dang, we starting off that fast? I mean, I won't start out lying. I like to lie sometimes. I am not born in Oregon. I don't think anyone knows that until this interview, and I ain't never saying it again. I was born in Iowa, a little tiny town in Iowa. But I moved here when I was like 2, so for me, it's like I've been here my whole life, so I lie all the time and say born and raised.
That technically makes you an Oregon.
Yeah, so I'm like, I actually literally grew up everywhere in Portland. So like 1st and 2nd grade, I was in like the Buckman area. 3rd and 4th grade, I was in Southeast. 5th grade, I was in Troutdale. I actually grew up around a lot of black people, and then we moved to Southwest.
That's a culture shock.
Yeah, and it really was. And I remember walking up to, I remember the moment, and I remember the day, we were walking up to our first day of school, and it was me and my sister, and we were the only black kids outside waiting for the doors to open, and everyone was just staring at us. And I remember just thinking like, damn, they ain't got black people here? Mama, where you take us at? What the hell?
Yeah.
Right now, we gonna get this show started with the #1 comedian here in Portland, Miss Shrista Tyree. Y'all make some motherfucking noise for yourself, y'all.
What the fuck is up? Make some noise for my motherfucking DJ 94 friends. Hey, we in this bitch. Thank you guys for coming out. We're at Boston Up. Make some noise for Boston Up tonight, y'all. This is my anniversary show. A lot of you guys know I was fighting a fucking deadly infection and beat that shit, so shout out to me. I'm still here on the line, motherfuckers. That was a week. Y'all ain't happy for me? I need you to... There you go. I'm alive, man. We're gonna continue the show, but here's the thing. This is the 1.5 year anniversary, kind of ghetto, but nigga, I wasn't there half a year ago. But we in this bitch. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and we about to light this bitch up, aren't we? Bitch! Hey, do it one more time though. Bitch! Hey, y'all gonna hear that shit all night, so get used to it. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna talk shit a lot. I know you guys are being real uncomfortable right now, but I need y'all to come up a little bit closer.
Man, you know what? When I started, I was the only LGBT black female in the scene, which in a weird ass, cool ass way really helped me get booked more.
Yeah.
But one thing people don't know, and this, I don't actually say it a lot, but when I did my first open mic, everyone hit me up after that open mic, how long you been doing this? And I remember being like, 10 minutes, bro. Been doing this for 10 minutes just now. Like that was the whole time. But Hijinks actually booked me for a show, and at the time I didn't know what a festival was. I was like, yeah, I'll do your black comedy festival.
Yeah.
He's like, it's in a week. I was like, cool. And so I was brand new comic, 1 week into comedy. I did a festival. I show up, not realizing a festival means it's all these other comics have been doing this forever and are good, and then yo ass. And it was packed out at the Funhouse Lounge, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I bring a ton of people. My comedy set was it was but everyone died because it's friends and family. They laugh at everything. I ended up getting booked by like tons of people after that. And it was because like my first show was a festival, which was the coolest thing ever, because then every single comic in the entire city saw me.
Where all my single people at? Hey girl, put your hand down. I came here with you.
When I was new, I decided to record every set because for me, I wanted to like get big, and so I was like, I don't want to half-ass this. So I recorded every single set, and I rewatched every set, and I paid attention to what people laughed at, and so then I would cross it off with my stand-up set, and so then I would go in there, add jokes on it, and then I would keep doing it. That's what comics do. You just keep adding to your set so that every single line is funny.
I'm also single. Make some noise if you're single up in here. Damn, that dude in the back was way too excited. So I'm not the only one masturbating every night. I don't know why this was my masturbation motion. I swear I don't jack off my dildo, y'all.
And I worked my ass off to get where I got. Like I remember writing it. I did 104 shows my first year of comedy, 104 all for free or less than $10. And I did that because I wanted to get my name out there. I was out there like spending gas money. I was taking time off work. I was doing overtime different days so that I could get on a show this day. Like I did a lot of shit to get my name out there.
Every show builds a connection.
Yeah.
Every show.
And I had business cards my first month in the comedy, and all the other comics would talk mad shit like, oh, you think you're so focused on whatever. But you know what? All that worked for me. I got my name out there. I used business cards, and I built my fan base.
So actually, I fuck a lot of white women, y'all. I fuck a lot of white women. Like, I fuck so many white women, my pussy is gentrified. I fuck so many white women, my pussy told me it was a vegan the other day.
I was just ignorant. I was very, very ignorant, and there was not that in the scene at the time. There wasn't, like, when I say that, I mean it as in, like, I was saying the N-word, and we're in a scene where it's mainly white comics, and there's probably, at the time, I ain't gonna say none of their names, there's about 5 black comics. They got so custom into making the white crowds, like, how, I don't know, they just, like, try to, like, make us like house niggas, I'm gonna say it. I felt like the comics are house niggas on some real shit, and they were just told that you gotta be this certain way, and then I came in, little old me, I was like, nigga this, nigga that, bitch, bitch, bitch. And they wasn't feeling it. And I remember, like, the comics weren't feeling it, but the audience was. And so audiences were loving me. Comedians hated me. And there was, like, some comics, like, a couple white comics had approached me and was like, hey, your set would probably be better if you stopped saying, like, the N-word so much. And maybe you should stop saying the B-word, like, women don't like to be called that. I'm like, yeah, but this is part of my set. This is how I talk. Everyone knows I talk like this, so I'm gonna do me.
Right.
And people kept telling me to stop, like, not to do that. And they also told me not to dress like this. I dress like this on stage. I dress hood. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do me.
Right.
And they were like, no, you need to dress more professional and blah, blah, blah.
Like on some real shit, y'all, my dildo collection is diverse as fuck, man. It's diverse as fuck. Like, hey, I told her straight up, I was like, I got a light dildo, dark dildo, small dildo, big dildo, long dildo, short dildo, blue dildo, black dildo. Still dildo. Hey.
When you're a comedian, you just build a tough skin. It doesn't mean you're tough, though. Yeah. That's the difference. People will be like, oh, Shrista's a comedian, so I'm gonna go on her post and say some rude ass shit to her because she's a comedian. Nah, nigga, I'm still a human being. Yeah. I'm still a female too. Right. People don't realize I'm still a female. I know I dress like this. I dress like this because I like dressing like this. I feel comfortable like this. I do not want to be a guy. I like dressing like this. And so when people like make fun of me and stuff, I'm just like, man, I'm still a girl. I'm gonna blame it on being a girl. I don't even give a fuck. We are some sensitive motherfuckers. Yeah. I'm sensitive. I just act like it don't hurt my feelings because I know how to, like, I get over it. Mm-hmm. I don't let people control me. And I used to as a kid. I used to listen to a lot of what people had to say about me. And I took it to heart, like my gap. Everyone made fun of my gap, and I just thought I was ugly because I had a gap. Thought I was ugly because I have a birthmark right here, and I was born with it. And it was like everyone was always making fun of that stuff, and I always let it get to me. And then I got to a point in my life where I was like, nah. Yeah. And now I don't care. And people roast me all the time. I'm like, ha, cool. Yeah. You can't hurt my feelings, bro. But it does still kind of hurt a little bit. But hey,
oh shit. Are we doing Tatiana? Who know how to do the dance though? Who knows how to do this dance though? Used to be a skinny nigga, now I'm fat. Still pulling bitches, and that is a fact. Used to have a six-pack, still got a rack. Titties so big, got broke with my back. Never worry about more. I'm not the father, looking like a boy, but niggas still trying to holler.
Portland hip hop, man, I feel like I have so much to say. There's like there's A-list rappers, there's B-list rappers, and there's C-list rappers. Mm-hmm. C-list is always the most cocky ones too, which is crazy. But I think a lot of like the A-listers, none of them work together. None of them want to like do tracks together. None of them want to do, except for Mighty. Let me not hate Mighty out here. This guy be putting everybody on, man.
Hold up. I came to play, don't you treat me like the mascot. I think the sky, I ain't have to take the mask off. Otherwise, I'd have bodies on my soul and tears on my face just to let these people know where I come from. Catch a body if you say something wrong to the wrong person on the wrong day. I'm just saying, growing up was crazy. Shit was hectic, crooked hearts in broken places. That's how we left it, epic. You to have that house, no it ain't.
The thing about Portland is we can never get on if we can't even like, hey, this is all of our talent in Portland. This is all the talent we got. Mm-hmm. Like, we're good, y'all. And no one would know that because not only do no one work, like a lot of people don't work together. I don't know, it's just weird because I know so many dope artists, but we push a lot of the artists that aren't good. We have like competitions or something, and then it's supposed to be the top 5 people in Oregon or the top 5 people in Portland or there's this competition. And then it just won't be good people. And I'm like, bro, we got Rashid over there, we got Mike Capes over there, we got Nick B, we got all these people, and like, no one comes together.
Think I'm hot shit, I need to check the cup, baby. Said I might drip, or I go casual. Either way, I got a bag, come up at the stash, shady on the damn shorties had a plan.
And what I do differently for my show is I book 4 people. I book a new artist, I book an up-and-comer, I book an established person, and I book a person who's really actually trying to push their rap career. So I don't care if you new, old, it's like if you are pushing and I see you working, like I got Treehouse Gang tomorrow, like when I see you working, like I want to work with you. And now you get to meet like this person who's already established in Portland. Maybe you guys can do a feature, maybe you guys can do a show together, and same with my open mic. There's so many people that come here, you can just network. I have podcasts come here. Juma Black comes here and jamming sometimes. It's like different radio shows come here and book. I want to give some more people exposure. I want to expand Portland hip hop and let them see that there's way more artists out there than the same ones we're booking over and over. There's shows in Portland that are booking the same people over and over and over and over.
Yeah, I've seen
I'm like, bro. And now that I do my show, people are noticing all these talented people they didn't know about before.
This is my boy. So a couple weeks ago, I had Shooter Gang Coney in Portland, and my nigga Soul was supposed to perform, but this nigga got stabbed, and so he couldn't perform. This nigga's supposed to be sitting his punk ass in bed, but he decided that he wants to perform for y'all niggas. So I'm gonna salute that nigga one time, and I wish y'all niggas could salute this nigga one time as well.
And I'ma step up in the fun shit. And if you ain't talking money, don't discuss shit.
Hello, hey, tell me what's up. Let's don't fall in love. I get my inspiration to music from my mom, from what she grew me up to: alternative rock, indie rock, grunge rock. So just bear with me one time. It's from my mom. You want the loan?
I was never open on Facebook, ever.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone knows me a little bit better now. But last year, the year before, I was just ignorant.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck bitches, get money, dead ass. That was me.
Yeah.
That's all it was. I never told anything personal. I never like said, oh, I had a fucked up childhood. I never said none of that. I act like everything has been perfect in my life. And the moment that changed is actually when I was sick. I was talking to this guy, and then he was like, how would you know? You came from a perfect ass home. And I remember being like, damn, that's crazy that people really don't know anything about me. And I let a lot of that be known this last 10 months, but it's like, it was crazy that when he yelled at me, and I remember I started crying.
Yeah.
I was drunk too. I started crying because I was like, damn, he didn't know where I came from. But like, I was raised in the system. My mom was a meth head my entire life until I was 16 years old. Selling our food stamps so she can get a fix, you know? It's like, we never had food. We moved yearly. That motherfucker could not keep rent. And so it's like, I did not have a good childhood. The reason I'm smiling and so confident now is my childhood made me the strong motherfucker I am today. And that's what people don't realize. Like, my mom treated us like shit. Our mom beat us. Our mom fucking did all types of shit. She was an asshole. But you know what? It made me really strong. She's clean and sober now. We're good now. But like, my childhood made me strong as hell. I just don't look back. And so I never talk about my childhood. It was something I never did.
It sucks because she broke my heart, you know? And I know, but yeah, fuck her bitch. Dimples in my cheek, they don't wanna fuck your bitch, she just wanted to cheat. Your girl was drunk, spooning on my couch, I could've fingered that bitch because she was all up in my house. Hey,
That she really fuck with me. That she ride, that she grind, that she grind. That she really fuck with me.
we said this earlier, but when I say fuck that bitch, y'all say fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
Man, I'm finally doing better. 10 months ago, I got in a car accident. Unfortunately, I was drinking and driving. A lot of people drink and drive now. A lot of my friends still drink and drive, and it sucks. Everyone's drinking and drive. I've been drinking and driving my whole goddamn life. Like, we all do it, but we all assume nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I went over a ledge, went across. I broke everything pretty much in my arm, that is. I broke all my fingers, dislocated them all. I broke my hand, broke my wrist, fractured this, broke this. Anyways, destroyed my arm. They were able to save it. But long story short, 6 months later, I was still in a lot of pain, and like I had to stop a lot of my events. because of this damn accident, because of alcoholism. I found out I was an alcoholic. I knew I was, you know, but you never want to accept it.
Right.
And I was never one to accept it. I've never been told I was an alcoholic by so many people, and I never accepted it.
Yeah.
Like, I had, like, my sister, like, calling me, like, Shrista, we need to have an intervention. You drive drunk so much, like, something's gonna happen one day. And I remember when she had said that to me, and then, like, literally days later is when I got in an accident. And 6 months later, I'm still in pain. Come to find out, I have a deadly infection from the plate they put in my arm. It was like 1 hour after I left the hospital, and they're like rushing me back in. Like, we need you to come back ASAP. You actually have an infectious disease, and CDC was called, and you have to come back. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm thinking of zombies. I'm like, CDC, nigga, zombies? Oh shit. When I hear CDC, I think zombies. So I'm like, oh, this gotta be bad, bro. This has to be bad. So I'm scared.
If you are a freestyler, we're gonna bring you to the stage, and all that you gotta do, it ain't no battle rap or nothing. We're gonna pass you the mic, we're gonna play a beat, and you gonna rap for like 45 seconds. Everyone's a winner though. Fucking July.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
Damn.
The best part is that's like my best friend. I've been drinking. You're gonna be that would be fucking lit. No, real shit. Hey! Got my video going, bitch. We got my video going, bitch. All right, we got wait. Oh, that's enough people. Hey. Y'all thought I was gonna do something. Nah, y'all tripping. All right, where you at, Boston? Show them how it's done.
Yo, I've been gold, shiny crystals, and I'm in gym mode. My mind is getting off with positive thoughts. I got to get off.
So the disease I had is called Pseudomonas, and it kills your immune system. So I had nothing fighting. So I had to be in my house, and I had a nurse that had to come over. So a nurse had to come over with like full mask on and pump me up with antibiotics. And it sucked, man. It was scary, but like I couldn't get sick. If I got a cold, I'd die. So for 4 months during cold season, I couldn't get a cold, which was so scary. And so it was just constant. Yeah, and it was. I wasn't allowed to go outside. That was the thing. I wasn't allowed to go outside.
You were like the bubble boy.
I was literally the bubble boy. That's what everyone called me. I couldn't go outside. I had to put sanitizer on everything. If I touched some sanitizer, my roommates weren't allowed to touch me. Nobody who visited was allowed to touch me because we don't know what they touch. And so if they entered our house, you had to like wash your hands down, wash your arms down, because if I got sick, I'd die. And so they pretty much told me once I got a CAT scan, they're like, so it's a bone infection. The scariest part about that is we don't know if you're gonna have an arm or not when we open you up. And they're like, most likely we can save your arm, but I'm not allowed to tell you we can, because if it ate away too much of your arm bone, we have to cut it off. And it would have been cut right here, bro. Because my break was right here. So they're like, we're gonna have to cut it above the break. And I was like, bro. So I remember just being so scared because I was like, nigga, I don't wanna be no one-armed comic. I wanna tell one-armed jokes, bro.
That's their right, sign on dotted line. Way too woke up, way too conscious. Moving the piranhas, moving the monsters. Way too dangerous. Tell them that they get it, boy, you better stay dangerous. Ain't trying to be famous, trying to get the money. Bear it all and really get the honey.
My first time on the stage, so look, I'm a narcissist, love selling cars and shit. People move. You already know that I'm still doing the show. And I came in the building. Hey, you ain't fuck out the building. Look, I'm still doing it. But I'm still doing it.
But I don't know. It was a rough 4 months just sitting in the house. I couldn't do any events. It was different. It was like my whole life was. It felt like my whole life was over. And like when something like traumatic like that happens, you just want to give up. And I wanted to give up. I was at a point where I was like, you know what? In a way, this is all my fault because it all stemmed from me drinking and driving. So for me, I looked at it as all my fault, and I was like, this is God punishing me. This is God punishing me. And I was like, I should just quit. But then I looked at it a different way. Actually, I went to therapy. I had to go to therapy because of my PTSD, and I ended up talking about just everything, like my whole life, and it helped me all together. And my therapist really put in my head like, yeah, all this is happening to you. And I don't think it was a punishment. I think it's just showing you like you can get through this shit too. You had a fucked up childhood. This is fucked up too, but like you can make it through this too. I remember when I got in the car accident, Nipsey Hussle died 2 weeks later. And I remember being mad that he died, and I was like, he didn't deserve to die, I did. But it was like some sort of, that's why I had to go to therapy, because I was saying that out loud to people. And they're like, oh, is she gonna commit suicide or something? Like, they thought I was like suicidal, depressed, and then I had to go to therapy, and they're like, oh yeah, this is like basic survivor skill and PTSD. Like, I couldn't get in cars for a while, but it was just like, I didn't want to be here because I felt like it was all my fault. And then with the infection, I started blaming myself for that when that wasn't even my fault.
Finally walking, feeling the blind niggas is talking. My eyes just seeking I find every day. Nigga, full man true, what I'm going through. Dealing this body, learn kung fu. Yeah. How the fuck I do it? Know that I'm so ruthless. What the fuck we gonna do it? Ain't really know of it. Yeah, I'm really good. That's my main boy. And yo, we killing it, no. And yo, we saying boy. And yo, we rapping this point. And then my main boy. And then figuring is killing, that's my main boy.
When I was dying, people were really there for me, and I realized my life mattered. I realized everything I was doing in the scene mattered. I felt like I wasn't wasn't doing a lot until I fell off the scene, and then everyone's like, damn, Shrista, you know, like we still want you here. Like, we still want you to come back and like rock with us. And that's when I started just like sitting in bed dying and like working out stuff. Like, I got that new sponsorship with Jammin' and Juma and Cool Nuts, and for Bossing Up, it was just like I started working. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna take this sickness and just sit here and cry about it. I want sympathy from everybody. Everyone's loving the fuck out of me and waiting for me to get better. Like, let me come back hard. So I started working on all my events. I started like believing in myself again because I lost myself, and I started being more open and more comfortable, I was more humble.
And I'm cold so icy, yeah, a little sweeter than high C. Nigga, you know I'm high as a hippie. In the 60s, get with me. Nigga, all damn day I get busy. I got the cameras right up on my eye. By the way, my name is Shadai. Oh, like an airplane, I stay fly.
And I feel like I'm here to, honestly, this sounds real corny, but I feel like I'm here to push Portland hip-hop, to push Portland in general, to get our name out there, and I actually love running events. I love running events. It's something I fell into on accident, and I love it. I love hosting. I love doing comedy. I love rapping. I love all of it. And so now what I'm trying to do this year is just push all that. Let's get everyone, let's like get it. Not just my own brand, like I'm pushing everyone else's brand too. It's not just about me. Like, it is, yes, I'm pushing my shit, but I'm trying to help everyone else. And ultimately, I would love to help OG1 and everyone put Portland on the map.
All right, only one more person, because we got to continue the motherfucking show.
Bro, don't put that motherfucking pressure on me.
Look at him trying to take the spotlight. You got a whole 40 minutes later.
Hey, you making it hot right now, chill. I think I like this shit. Yeah, I said go. Hey, say, go. Yeah. My nigga been smoking that loud, but fuck all this freestyle shit. I try to move the crowd, look. Till I'm getting the chords and I'm super sick. Dirty bands in the fresh tee. Like a young nigga been aboard a new event. Now fuck all that stupid shit. I take your bitch on some Cupid shit. All of these niggas no scooter go crazy, I'm brazy and tap it a loopy shit. Hold up these niggas and scrubs like a looper, bitch. And your bitch nigga work like a tutor, bitch. Look, hold up, see, I do my thing, hit my dick, bitch, I work, bitch, I step on the stage, got my big brother Swiggle, got my nigga Avery, and these hoes ain't playing me, guarantee, if I tinker out, we do not name for free, okay, hold up, I'm the coldest, my nigga, tell me, why would I lie, bitch, I'm fire, than a pilot, G.R.I.T, rolling with my brother, can die, all of these niggas ain't fucking with me, and I put that shit on the set, ho, and if these niggas really want close with me, I'll bring that shit to your neck, ho, now hold up, I'm sick of this strep throat. Fucking with me, nigga, let's go. Niggas pull 9s out. I pull out that tech, bro. I pull up that AK. Give a fuck what your bass say. I've been killing these niggas, bitch. I've been smoking that chronic like Drake Day. Your niggas just freestyle like you're bumping this shit. These niggas been numping this shit. They're shotty. Hit their body, got these little bitch niggas. I'm pumping this shit like, hey. I'm the coldest bitch and I'm fucking minute. I own this shit, I don't fucking rent it. Young school going, ain't no fucking limit. Let's go. Hey, talk to him.
Let me give you the rules.
Let's go.
My niece and nephew gon' need them some shoes. All my hunters is blue. I'm just paying my dues.
Let's go.
If the rose is the city, then the people the roots. I want my 20s with the Harriet Tubman. I'm a slave to the money, but I'm planning on running. Riding down Rosa Parks, listening to Portland Parks. Shit. They know who the fuck we so cool like a college degree. I swear I wrote a book when my bro got booked. I swear I smoked a book when my bro got booked. Yo, everybody want the fattest knot or the baddest pop, but all of that shit matters not. I be that ghetto superhero like I'm Static Shock.